How's it going, guys? I'm your host Jiala. Welcome back to a Singaporean Life, and today we have another very different cooking episode. So it's not me sitting in front of the computer ranting about stuff again, and let's look at what we have here. So this is my kitchen right now, and as you guys can see, it's currently undergoing renovation. Okay, trying to get all the cupboards fixed up, the sink fixed, and basically everything has been torn down. So all that's left here is my fridge. And we've been eating takeaway food for quite a lot of days, and there's really nothing much for us to eat anymore. But luckily, my dad actually bought this online. This is an induction cooker, for those who do not know what it is. And today I'll be making some spaghetti carbonara with what we have here. So obviously you have spaghetti. It's for 4 people. My mom is working from home. There's my grandma, there's me, and there's my sister. Olive oil, salt, black pepper, and then here I have some pork belly sukiyaki. Okay, so the original spaghetti carbonara recipe calls for this Italian, or don't know what, some form of pork cheek or beef cheek, I believe it's called guanciale. Okay, which I actually do not have, and it's quite difficult to find in Singapore, so I'm going to make use with what we have. And this one you can actually find it inside of any of your major supermarkets really easily. It's one plate, and then it's a Porky brand, so yeah, very easy to find. And then I have 4 eggs right here for the sauce that I'm going to make, and a bunch of mozzarella cheese. Now I know what you guys are thinking. I'm supposed to use the original recipe calls for pecorino cheese, but I don't have pecorino, and you're supposed to use cheese that is more finely grated. This is more of a shredded consistency, as you guys can see. So unfortunately, I have to make use of what I have at home. I mean, I don't want to keep too many things inside the fridge anyway. So all I have is this shredded mozzarella cheese, which is what I'm going to use later on. I don't know how well the sauce will turn out, and I don't know if the cheese will actually mix in later on properly, but you know, we'll see as we go along. So right now, let us start off first by boiling some water for the spaghetti. Okay, so I'm going to go and get some water right now. Honestly, I don't even know if this pot is big enough to cook spaghetti for 4 people, but we'll try because I'm lazy and I don't want to do it in separate sittings. So we'll do this here. We'll set it to water. Preset should be water, right? On. Okay, yep. I'm still getting used to how to make this yet, so I'm not entirely sure. And for 4 people, I think there should be enough here. Okay, we are going to cook it for about 7 to 8 minutes. Make sure it's al dente. I'm not sure what's the exact cooking time either. You know, us Asians, we just like to agar. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be trying the spaghetti along the way to make sure that you know, it's not overcooked or undercooked. Alright, so we'll just wait a while for the water to boil right here. I'm going to wash the other things that I need, which is I'm going to need a fork for mixing up my sauce later, the eggs and the cheese, and then I'm going to need a pair of tongs as well for spaghetti. So you actually need to defreeze your ingredients first, because all my ingredients are actually kept in the freezer. The cheese has been sitting out here for a little while already. It's about half an hour long, and so has the pork. The pork's been sitting here for about an hour, and it's been marinating in I just put a little bit of salt and pepper into the pork. You want plenty of black pepper to give it flavor. Salt, you don't want to put too much in, because we'll be using some of the pasta water for the sauce later, and you want to heavily salt your pasta water. On top of that, the cheese also has a naturally salty taste, so you don't want to make everything too salty. So just a little bit of salt and plenty of black pepper, right, for the pork belly. Now we'll go back here and wait for the water to finish boiling before we add our spaghetti. Alright, and I am using, what brand spaghetti am I using? I'm sure you guys can see. San Remo. It says vermicelli here. Okay, cooks in 6 minutes. Okay, maybe it's 6 minutes. I don't really know, but we'll just wing it. Okay, see what we end up with. And I'm going to have to transfer the spaghetti out onto a bowl later instead of having 2 pots, because I only have one place to put the induction cooker and I only have one pot here right now. The other pots, they are all packed all the way inside those boxes. As you guys can see, there's more boxes here, all the stuff inside my kitchen. So yeah, the house is in a little bit of a mess, and the pots, it'll be a bit troublesome to take out another pot just for this, so I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to do is use one pot, and once the spaghetti has finished boiling, I'll transfer it into another bowl, take out a bit of pasta water as well for the sauce, and then I'm going to cook my pork belly in here. And then once it's properly cooked, we'll add the spaghetti back in, add in a bit of the pasta water, and then add in the what do you call that, the carbonara sauce. Okay, so it's getting a little bit hot, so I'm going to turn on the fan for a while. Okay, so you want to make sure the water is at a rolling boil before you add in your spaghetti. And right now I'm just going to cut to the part where the water starts boiling, right? Okay, so now I'm seeing quite a lot of bubbling. Okay, I'm not 100% sure how this induction cooker works yet, because I only just got it like less than a week ago, and I've not really cooked anything on it yet apart from instant noodles. So yeah, wasn't even me cooking at that time, it was my parents, and I've never had any experience cooking in induction cookers before. So yeah, I guess it's boiling now. I see bubbling. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to salt our pasta water first. You always want to salt your pasta water quite well. Okay, make sure pasta has enough flavor in it. Okay, there we are, that's enough salt, and I think it's boiling. Yep. Okay, so now I'm going to add in the pasta. Right, yeah, it's definitely boiling right now. Okay, so I'll add in my pasta. Okay, so once again, for 4 people, I'm not entirely sure how much I'm supposed to add. Just going to wing it. Okay, 4 people, let's see here. My grandmother doesn't eat a lot. Me and my sister eat a bit more, and my mom is probably about an average, how much an average person would eat. Okay, so obviously my pot's not big enough. I'm going to make sure the bottom is softened, and I'm going to twist them in slowly. I don't know if this is too much water though. Maybe I'll take out a little bit of water. We'll see. Okay, the pasta, I think I'll just add a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's a bit too much water. I don't want this thing to overflow. Okay, so I'm going to twist this in, and I'm going to take out a little bit of water. Make sure this pot doesn't overflow. Okay. Now, just gonna scoop it up like this. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now we can just leave the pasta to boil. Okay, leave the pasta in the boiling water right now. Okay, and then we're just going to cover this. Okay, should I take out more water? Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay, so now while we are doing that, I am going to be here making the sauce. Alright, sauce for the carbonara sauce. Okay, so first 4 eggs. Okay, some people just use the egg yolks. I am going to use the entire egg. Okay, make sure there is no waste. And I did not really plan this out on where I'm going to throw my eggs afterwards. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Not the best at cracking eggs. Yeah, hope there's no eggshells in there. Yep, they're doing well. And last one. Okay, nice. That's 4 eggs in, and then now, okay, I had to go and check on my pasta because I'm a little bit worried that the thing might be boiling out. So I'm gonna add the cheese in right now. Okay, all of these cheese, and I think it probably won't melt as well as properly grated cheese, but then make do with what we have. Now I want to add in a bunch of black pepper as well to your sauce. Lots of black pepper actually. Okay, I think that's enough. To keep an eye on the pasta because it's boiling pretty hard, and now I want to just mix all this in. Mix your cheese in, mix the egg in, mix all your black pepper in, and the cheese won't really melt here, so that's one bad thing. That's why you want to get cheese that's more finely grated, like your and not shredded cheese. So you need to get grated cheese and not shredded cheese. As you can see here, this is not working out that well, but we'll have a little bit of heat later on to make sure our cheese and everything melts together. And I have to constantly keep an eye on the pasta, make sure the boiling doesn't overflow or anything. Okay, so I'm going to bring this camera here so you can see the pasta. Okay, so I turned down the heat a little bit because if I don't, this thing will just boil all over the place, right? And I'm gonna have to try a little bit here, make sure this thing is cooked properly. I think it's still a little bit undercooked. Yeah, still needs a bit more time here. Turn up the heat a little bit. Because my pot is pretty shallow, I have to constantly keep an eye on this, make sure this thing doesn't boil out all over the place. Okay. I'll turn up the heat a bit more, make sure this thing is boiling. I didn't make it boil all the way because I'm really scared that this thing will just overflow and cause a disaster right here. This thing, it runs on electricity after all, so it's a bit dangerous if all the water comes out. Yeah. Okay, let's try the pasta again. See if it's properly cooked now. Okay, pasta is cooked. We'll leave it there, and let's see what do we have to do now. Now we need to transfer this pasta out. I think the agar worked quite well. I think this is just a nice portion for the 4 of us. Okay, so the pasta is here. I'm gonna cover it with something so it doesn't go cold. We still want the pasta to be warm. Now let's take out a bit of pasta water which we can use in our sauce later on, alright? I'm not sure how much I need, so I'm gonna take a bit more just in case. And we'll put the pasta water right here. You and use later. Okay, so now I need to pour this away first. Okay, right. Now everything is ready. Let us start to cook our bacon. Okay. So the bacon is right here. I'm gonna turn this on once again, and it's pretty hot already. So I'm gonna just add all the bacon in. Probably needed to add a bit of oil first, but that's fine. Boy, this is smelling great already. I think this pot is a little too hot. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. Should have done this before I added in the meat. That was a mistake. And I know this seems like a lot, but I'm just using the whole plate of pork belly that I have because I didn't really want to keep any leftovers inside the fridge, you know. Turn up the heat a little bit more, and wow, the smell is fantastic, man. Yeah, this is quite a lot of pork, but you know, there really isn't anything else other than spaghetti and meat right here. No man, this smells absolutely incredible. Now we can start to add in our pasta. Honestly, I don't know if this pot will actually fit everything, but we'll try. Ooh, hot. This is really hot. Mix in the meat first with everything, and then we'll put in the sauce last. So I can't really do the flipping thingy with this. Oh, I can't lift it up from the induction cooker, or the thing will give me an error. Is to prevent the thing from burning itself, you know. So now I think you can add in the sauce, okay? And you want to be really fast with this because we want sauce, not scrambled eggs, right? All the lumps that you see, they are cheese. So yeah. And a bit of pasta water to emulsify everything. Right. Okay, so I want to mix this fast. Should get that nice cheese sauce. So I think we have enough liquid in the pot already. And we can turn down the heat. We want this to be too high because, like I said, we want to make sauce, not scrambled eggs. Okay, my sauce is a little lumpy because of the cheese, but that's fine. Okay, you can turn off the heat completely. Okay, don't really want too much heat. Like I said, making sauce, not cheese, and wow, it smells incredible, man, guys. Oh my god, this smells amazing. Can you guys actually see? Let me take the camera closer. Man, this looks amazing. Yeah, it's exactly like how I pictured it to be. Wow. I expected this to be a fail, to be honest, but it turned out pretty well. Now for the taste test, where's my chopsticks? Chopsticks for spaghetti, don't even add me, guys. Nice big mouthful. Okay, it's a little bit bland. But it's fine, okay, because we don't want it to be too salty. I mean, let's try a bit of the pork. Expected the cheese to give it to be a bit saltier. Yeah, you pair with the pork, it's just nice. So luckily I didn't go a bit too heavy-handed on the salt right there. Okay, so now it's time to plate up and it's time to eat. Bad angle, because you're facing the window, you can't really see. How the chefs do the twisting thing? I can't really do it. But you know, you don't have to. Whoops. Something dropped on the table just now. Oh, it's just me. I thought it landed on the table. Okay, and so there we have it, guys. Delicious homemade spaghetti carbonara. Wonderful. So that's it for this week's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more such future content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And till the next time, I'm your host Jia Le. Peace out.